forget into the economy. Another big piece of news as well, we are they also bring come to you. Now that's the World Bank past Tuesday, they hold a consultation with the Salon Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources as part of the preparedness for the new country partnership framework, when a strategic document will go guide the bank in support to the country over God's mining revenue and the mining sector as a whole. Of course, that ministry they with that minutes with the Ministry of Mines as well bring to fruition that very comprehensive conversation on mineral development and the revenue allocation as well for progress of we country. A bit of news as well related to World Bank. Now that the country manager Abdul Mwonge we maybe did depart this week, meet President um, Julius Maada Bio and talk about the country partnership framework where they only developed through extensive consultation with the government. And he, of course, talk about the progress and waiting that they mean for the country. So that in some of the news them we get this week where we bring come to you. But let's now go to we conversation we they get this afternoon. Obviously, we get several important issues we'll go for discuss. We'll go for discuss the constitutional amendments and waiting in mean for democracy and how then they get for strengthening election management as well now we country, including new opportunities as well. Like the dual, like allowing the dual citizenship for also stand as NP. That are one of the big things and we come on inside the new amendments and we passed yesterday. But apart from that, today we will also talk about cyber security because I know saying something we most of we concerned about. A lot of we possibly sabi people who they don't hack in WhatsApp or somebody call a scammer and then they send money to a number of somebody who feel say sabi we they get in cases and they so awful now. That's not one thing we they discuss. But obviously we open with conversation with a very important institution because all the work they do for money, that work they the one where they supervise and check that work they na the National Monitoring and Evaluation Agency headed by Dr. James Edwin. Where they would be here this afternoon. With me, I also get Maria Mayoma, the National Cybersecurity Coordinator as well. We're going to talk on the different form of scams that we'll all for be aware of and how we will protect yourself from the civil society perspective as well. We then serve the help for keep we in check as government. I get with me Charles Mambu, of course, a veteran at this space, and I go talk extensively on the role of CSOs as well for monitor a lot of them donor projects there as well. But waiting government they do, it will also remote on the constitutional review process as well. The amendment will don't pass. I expect for get with me shortly Alhaji Alpha Khan, one of the presidential spokesperson for government. But I'm going to start with Dr. James Edwin. Good afternoon, Doc, and welcome to We Platform. There's a mic there. Okay.
Good afternoon and thanks for inviting me.
All right. So for people and we perhaps not the first and this within the reports, the National Monitoring Evaluation Agency quickly walk us through the work we una they do for ensure say everything from projects to government we own expenditure there is value for money and una monitor say people actually get the benefits that it was intended for.
Thanks for the question. We all know say government in, government out, donors in, donors out. We always get projects and we government the plan for implement, donors themselves with the help with the plan for implement. Then thinking really depends on the year, between 100 and 200 or 250 projects. And most of these projects, they go to parliament approve them. after the budget cycle. For the past years, no institution, no the way you go say, if for the follow up on all these projects, for say whether then they perform or not, whether then they fail or then they succeed. So this current government in the first term, the President Julius Maada Bio thought I'm fit say we need for get an institution we go follow up them projects and tell me or report to me and the people of Sierra Leone whether them projects the number one they be even for day, and number two if them be even for day whether then they give we the resource and we want. So now that give birth to what we call National Monitoring and Evaluation Department. First, now the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development for like 1.5 years, then babysitter. Then the president say, okay, now it's time for you to come to the president's office. So we move to the president's office. What do they do? As I say initially, the very first plan was for look at all them projects, all the programs, all the policies, with ministries, departments, and agencies, then they implement for see whether then they succeed or not and how we can advise for success. Then are the fundamental one. But there are others. We they, for instance, develop or train people them within the ministries, departments, and agencies for able to do the work what they do. Remember, as I've been saying initially, we have hundreds of these projects. And each of the projects is housed in a ministry, department, or agency. So we're not going to cover everything in the same go. So we decide, say, yeah, we need for train people then within the ministries for able to do similar work, what would they do? So that when we need information, then people then can able supply the information to us. That's now about capacity development. And I'm all in terms of training and institutional support. I'll give examples later on. The third thing we will do in the ministries, just as we don't do not the NAMIA, now for help ministries then establish a digital system. Think about it this way. You get one person, they look at like 5, 10 projects. It's a difficult task. Before they have the rule for able to write report on 10 projects you want on paper, it's quite difficult. But when you digitize them, you put them into a system, you want green can cover more than the 10, you mean the cover safe, more than the 15, the cover safe. So at NAMIA, we set up a system we call NAMIM, is National Monitoring and Evaluation Information System. In that system, we try to put all the projects so that we can easily monitor. What does that mean? And no need for daily, president no need for daily, minister no need for daily. Inside and outside this country, if you punch a button, you can able to see what they look for that project. We are gradually rolling it. Rejection is sometimes an issue, but we the canvas around that. Besides a digital system, we undertake routine and called special studies. For example, we go look at the big 5 game changers. Besides the projects, then we'll monitor and we'll say, oh, wait a minute. If we forfeit Salone, not just the projects that we look at, or there are problems beyond the project. For example, are all the finances available? We get the people, then we get the capacity for deliver. So those are special studies who can take. Or we can still say, certain thing and they wait inside big the pillar 1, feed salon, for example, we for link up with pillar 3 or 4. So that way they take them as special studies and look at them and then bring the players then and them different pillars and talk to them, say, now so thing for me. Or a project in a pillar 1, but then in pillar 3, but pillar 3 is linked to pillar 1. so we can undertake a study on those type of things. Another major one, we would even hopefully start, me and Minister of Development begin talk and self yesterday. Now the evaluation of the National Development Plan itself. The National Development Plan 2024 to 2030, first time plan don't go out to like 7 years because of the Sustainable Development Goals, so they said they done in 2030. We produce an annex to that document when the framework supervised by the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development. NAMIA get for engage all the MGAs and produce what we call the framework. The framework, they tell you what you for produce every year or what you for deliver every year, and we follow up that. So 2024 to 2030, we'd already reached the media. So we plan for check out what happened for the past 3, getting to 4 years, and how we could traffic this motor car for move on to 2030 and give you the results. So that one, it's also something that we do. And then we have ad hoc things. We go left SIDOM sometimes, which I think we have done 3, 4, 5 times. Like cabinets, they meet so, and something come up, and they say, oh, okay, ask NAMIA, maybe they get a report. We do those things. Or ask NAMIA, this strategy we don't come to win a cabinet. We not get anything for Sabotam. Yes, NAMIA can able to do that. Those are other things with it. So these 4, 5, 6, 7 things are don't outline. These are mainly the things we do, and we package that as the mandate of NAMIA.
All right. I will come back to you, Doc. We get some piece of breaking news. Let me just read down quickly. It's a cabinet reshuffle. So pay keen attention. We now get a new Minister of Finance, Mr. Karifa A.F. Kagbo. And then we'll get a new Minister of Foreign Affairs, the former Minister of Information, and the former Minister of Labor, Mr. Mohamed Rahman Soare. Now the new Minister of Foreign Affairs. And the former Deputy Minister of Mines, when Umaru Napoleon Nkrumah, now the new Minister of Employment and Labor. And then the former Commissioner General for NRA, now the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, with Madam Geneva Bangura. And then Mr. Stephen A. Jusu, the Deputy Minister of Energy 2. And then Mr. Fode Fofana, the Deputy Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources. Mr. Abu M. Kane, the new Commissioner General for NRA. Mr. Prince Lusaini, the Executive Director for the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Then we'll get Mr. Edmond Noni, we now the Deputy Commissioner General for NRA. And Professor Fode Jawad, we now one-time former Minister of Environment, now the Ambassador to the Republic of Qatar. And then Mr. Sheku Fantamadi Bangura, we the former Minister of Finance, now Presidential Advisor. Mr. Timothy Musa Kaba, we be the Foreign Affairs Minister, now Presidential Advisor. Dr. Sati Kane, now the new Chairman for the National Public Health Agency. And Dr. Donald Alpha Bashtaki, now the Chairman for Tobacco and Nicotine Control Council. And Professor Jibril Fadluddin, the Chairman for Teaching Hospital Complex Administration Board. So that's the breaking news. We just dropped when a cabinet reshuffle and other appointments then. Let's go back to the press conference. Of course, on all go get access to that particular document there. Doc, tell God thank you that did not happen. But let now come to the cybersecurity coordinator, because I know say weeks the concern we most of we don't get now somebody just go message me no more say, hey, send money quick now, yeah. And then I find out say, oh, they don't hack this person in WhatsApp. And we don't get several complaints like that there as well. But first, giving you intimate knowledge on cyber, walk we through how then scam the hacking work. And then of course we will later come to waiting we for do for protect ourselves.
Thank you very much. Firstly, I want to tell the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, plenty thank you for what they call the National Cybersecurity Coordination Center, for where we can talk about prevailing issues the way they happen at the online space. If I can give context, we all know over the years that governments, they move towards digitalization with the boku digital transformation. Now you get plenty services the way they online, because government want a situation wherein most of the services there, you then at the comfort of your home, and then you able access them. I don't know, kupa ona, you go don't tell wanna go bank, because now the banking system, they all get the app. You they pull money from your bank, you send and go Orange Money or a free money or Q money, and then you able send them to other person, or maybe you send them to even your Visa card, and then you can able buy boku tinde. With the situation the way be say for passport now, instead of you go na sal post, the government don't, in terms of digitalization, you can just go online, download the form, fill the form, and then you submit online. But once we talk about these many good things, then you get a situation now where the criminal themselves now don't see them as an avenue for make them able thief people the money. When you watch the cyber crime, the industry, a big business across the world, then they make over trillions of dollars per year. Whether they big past boku of we GDP of your money where they use within the country. So what then they do, then get various strategies the way that they do, where then they utilize so that at least then they able frame or they able defraud people then. We all know about this mobile money scam. I sure you, if I say maybe people like sign up, one or two go don't be a victim. First them waiting them they do, then they call you. Ah, hello, you don't get job in a US embassy. But because of you don't get this job now, for me to facilitate, because you know apply for job. For more facilitating side so that you go get this work here, you need for send small money, send of our Orange Money. Then we they go do one quick for you. And then you go able get them. So various ways the way they do them, then go try, but not be one. But now with this WhatsApp, everybody they use WhatsApp, the criminal then sort things say, ah, now one pass we get post in the number before we they able defraud them. Whereas now, if I able take over your WhatsApp account, are they able get all your contact details, and then now I go impersonate you, present myself like say me na you, and then I go begin to send messages then to all the people in the contacts for big money. So then can use like say a stranded or maybe a sick, send so and so amount. And the interesting thing, Mr. Moderator, is that then they ask for plenty money. Oh, because they ask for small money. But when you collect all that small money, just imagine you take 1,000 from 1,000 people there. Almost money than they where one person go don't get. It's a lot of money. And then you get another one now. For that one, the way that they use email, they see a lot of phishing scam. I mean, mail, they see plenty. Then go tell you say you don't win lotto. Me, I not play lotto. How are they win? Or you don't win one motor car. How the situation happen? Or maybe you don't get if you in an office, then say you get one HR form, then they review you. Maybe if not pension or maybe if not you leave, you just need for click a link. So all that they can happen. Then they send an you, then go send an you email, because for most of the people that will get Facebook account, they all get email account. Email accounts tied to the Facebook account. So then go send and this. So then go say they don't lock. They go create some amount of urgency. They don't lock your Facebook account. If you no go there now or you click this particular link, you're not able to get access to your Facebook account. So then go do all that one day. You get another situation for the impersonation that they don't know I'm plenty. You know, from last year, you get some situation then they were judges then. So people then they present themselves like say they're not judge. We realize that you get so and so case now. if you want for make we handle this case, you get for send so amount of money for we. So then they all that they do. We get a situation, I don't know, was it last year when I be the clerk of parliament, now them be they use. There's a parent say he want money, so. We all na line. Then just they present na impersonation and then they find way for make them get money. We all know about super advertise. If we all can remember super advertise scam. That scam then online, then they say if you put 2, they get 3. Something very unrealistic, no risk involved. And most of the Tawidian criminal there, they do then they start the scheme, then they pay out money to 2 or 3 people them. So other people then they feel say, mommy, I receive money. You say put your money, invest them. When you invest, you self go get 100% or 200% of your profit. Those business where they do where risk not involved. And then in the space of the twinkle of an eye, you will just get like 100% of what you invest. Then they all then go talk about Now we get a situation where they talk about SIM swap. Then they again, what then they do? Now make we need for be extremely careful about our personal information. Now we also they talk about this with NIN. Now they register with SIM card, they ask for NIN, then they ask for NIN. The NIN self na something we very key to you. Then they now your secret because your NIN type a kind of connected to almost everything right across the country. So then we'll ask if they know the information, then they now then go Orange or Africell or QCell and say I don't lost my SIM. Because I don't lost my SIM, I want to replace my SIM. And then the people, then they go provide, because of them get small amount of information about you, then go provide the information. And then if the telcos they not get proper checks in place, obviously then go give the person the number. And now you go there, you get your phone, but then I for say then thief your phone. Your phone then your hand, but they don't differ. So you find out say even communicate self, you're not able to communicate with that particular SIM because somebody don't swap this type of the you SIM. So these are all the various issues there. Another key one self where they happen, that's extortion. You get situation for them and they on social media platform most of the time. You meet somebody online, oh, I like you, I love you. The relationship can start. And then most of the time now, you begin to send some sweet pictures. You feel say this now your boyfriend or this now your girlfriend. You send the picture to the person, some private pictures and all things. Then begin utilize them picture then they. If you not send money for me, they expose you picture there. Or if you not send this money for me, I go make sure say I tell so and so person for destroy your reputation. So all of them things then are the various scams the way they happen currently, Mr. Moderator.
And a very important way you highlight, Stanley, because we talk about that money, a lot of we maybe sabi people, or maybe some of we might also have fallen victims of that. The important thing as well, we all of them people there, especially when it comes to that money scam, they waiting and they rely on. Now we sorry at for respond. So then either urgent appeal and they or then very sorry appeal and they somebody they we seek do ya send money and all of that. So personally, what do you think say we for do before account or waiting owner they do for protect we?
The thing where we need for do, as you rightly say, then they use social engineering scheme for make the able get them. No matter the technology where any institution put in place, the weakest link na the mortal man there. Know why? Because as you rightly say, we get so react. If somebody can come meet you, he begin cry to you, me say forget picking. This person picking sick. So that they use your emotions, that they use your empathy for make the able get money out of you. So what we for do? We need for them in a situation now where we need for verify everything what they receive. It no mean say because you receive some message from somebody where you feel say you sabi na the person. Because as we all know, then they go take over our account and then they present themselves as if maybe now your mama. You get situation where I know say beaucoup people they fall victim of that scam where they then take over, let's say then take over your parent, your mama or your papa in your account. Then now they utilize her. You they see your mama, they ask for 1,000. Obviously, she's my mother. As they see ask for her, you not even go one thing because the way sometimes when they go present them the urgency, you go say, okay, make her just go ahead and send them. So in that situation, then we need for stop first. We stop, we verify, call the person. Mama, I received message na WhatsApp. Oh. Now you say na. Then mama go say, not on me. Oh, they be done me WhatsApp account self. I'm not able to access them for the past 2 days. Most of the time, that's what waiting we can receive. And then from then now, you just say, okay, this is an attack. You remember for take screenshot because they send the mobile money account. And then you report. When you report the number, then police they take the necessary action. Then self go talk to the telcos, them we know who that they be and then the law go take it go take the necessary action. So now then so everything what they do, we need for stop, think. Is this rational? Anything where they pressure you, that they try for put pressure by you, do I want it. No, want it. Or then they try for create fear, then go try for create panic, because those are all the strategies that they use. Or then go try for play on your emotions. Stop and think, and then verify. You verify, say, okay, actually, now so and so person. Now that they save Boko people the way they be say they don't send money. But most of the one them, because of the emotions, they end up for lost the money. And the thing with the criminal, Mr. Moderator, it's an organized crime. It's a group of people operating like an organization. So as you see they receive the money, then they cash out immediately. So even by the time when you want to say you they run for call the orange money or a free money for tell them say no allow that transaction there for happen. The money is out. They are that fast. So most of the time we need for be aware, we protect ourselves so that we no go fall victim of their situation then they. So these are the few things. We stop, we think, we verify.
All right, don't forget, stop, think, and verify. In fact, yesterday, somebody they wouldn't hack in phone and then send message to me. Quick, I want to send number to this person quick. I don't run out of my limit. That's okay. Tell the person for call me. And that was the end of the conversation. They not call me again. So I come to you now because you dey lead a consortium where part of una work now for really look into how we dey utilize donor fund for really improve service delivery. I also know, say, obviously, you go not on the cybersecurity scam, but the most important thing we perhaps I will start for get your opinion on waiting happen at Parliament yesterday when the constitutional amendment bill we successfully passed yesterday, and how you feel say this get for strengthening with democracy and with electoral processes, because let's not forget this not to the entirety of the constitutional review. This portion of the review we're going to Parliament and the one specifically we touch on election as recommended by the tripartite committee, say let Ingo the count for us, because Inge for pass at least 2 years before the general election as per best practice across the world. So what will be your thoughts on that particular process and how this goes strengthen with democracy?
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. And I want to say good share to all we people that waiting in the hall and the one that waiting the listening outside. At the rub up at the 3 areas, then, but I want to start to the constitutional review process. This be don't be a long journey. And I be there where it begin from the first one. When late Dr. Peter Tucker in constitutional review, I think I be there on the list of 5 where President Kababi appoints for Lao Sidon as the first committee. From that time up to yesterday, I don't follow the process. It has been very difficult in the sense that past governments then they begin something, they're not the donor. This is a process, in my view, we for don't donor long before this time, especially during the days of former President Ernest Bai Koroma. Because why Peter Tucker in committee, we also do one and present a report to former President Ernest Bai Koroma. Former President Ernest Bai Koroma, a young committee where it be set, 8-member committee,
be widely inclusive, and it then do a lot of work, not only in Sierra Leone, but across the sub-region. In fact, some members even went to UK and USA, as a case study. Yesterday, we see the first part of it don't come to an end, at least for now, according to the speaker, waiting for the decision of the Supreme Court, if need be. So, as executive chair of the Coalition of Civil Society and Human Rights Activists, who don't exist over 20 years, I really want to say we, as a group, we don't work on this issue for many years and many others. We really feel satisfied. Satisfied in the sense that part of the process will begin 20 years ago, it almost don't come to an end because of the parliament be able to pass her into law. But that is not a total end. The speaker make it clear that in an event, they need interpretation from the Supreme Court, which is the highest court of land. That process can either stand, modify, or nullified as it pleases them. Also ended, the final results go end when His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Maada Bio, puts in signature to run, then gazette and then producer. But I think the most difficult part of it now we don't cross yesterday. So I want to tell members of parliament from both sides, SLPP, APC, but more especially our people then, from the CSOs, the media, party supporters, where everybody pay a lot of attention to run. And we see at one time, they began for sit up to 2 a.m. And some of we be there because once that thing will start over 20 years ago, we want to see how it ends. So we are really, really very pleased. Somebody a family of mine called me this morning from UK. He said, how you look at the walkout of the All People's Congress MP? I said, well, if I was, and if I should be an advisor to them, I for don't advise them say we are not one. Because a lot of these processes started with the APC wide in governance. Peter Tucker presents the document, the reports. I was there at State House to former President Ernest Bai Koroma. He looked at and he said, okay, let's expand, which was very good. And a lot of the recommendations, including what the Parliament passed yesterday, now recommendations that we then come out as a result of the 80-man committee, where Honorable Justice, Blessed Memory Kawan, be actually do and presented that report to His Excellency the President, former President Ernest Bai Koroma at State House. And I was also there. I not be only there in person, but I be there at the front. So that was actually a product of the government of APC, then former. If you also look at the tripartite agreement, some of the critical issues will come out. We are also discussed and agree upon in the tripartite agreement. Will be there between the government of Sierra Leone and the All People's Congress Party. So I'm not be really fit to say much disagreement before day and that. However, I was also pleased as the chairman of the Coalition of Civil Society with the actions of the membership of the All People's Congress. Because democracy means say we for agree and disagree as long as we are not fighting. If I choose not to be part of a process, even when I'm a beginner, I go 80%. At certain level, I say at the come up and yeah, democracy allow. We don't see sometimes in parliament that we are fighting when some of them think they occur. But thank God, very peacefully, in a very, very progressive and friendly manner, We see the membership then withdraw, no fighting. In fact, after the passing, you can still see interaction between APC and SLPP as if nothing really happened. And this is part of democracy. So we one comment, not one person, that the country now win at that time, subject to what we could forget from Supreme Court. So at the end of it all, Sierra Leone win. Not to SLPP, not to APC, not the people of Sierra Leone, because this process will come to an end because you don't taper now. However, let us also not forget that the electoral system of governance, when in mostly these 2-3 weeks or 1 month, Parliament don't deal with, there are other issues and recommendations within the 1991 Constitution we needed to be changed, to be amended. That one they serve the can. So they are one of my recommendation and appeal to each and every one of us, from the CSO to media and the public, let us get the same zeal and energy so that we will continue. At the end of each war, when president go down sign them, let us say what the president signed, the implementer, because there is no bad laws. There are always bad implementers. And at that we don't witness in many countries across the world. So we hope and pray that at the end of it all, when president sign, what he go there for protect the peace, unity, and development of Sierra Leone, now that thing they will all go follow. So as CSO leader, I want to tell this nation and beyond that we commend the House of Parliament from both sides, APC and SLPP, and want to commend the people of Sierra Leone that Sierra Leone as a country, now we win. Not to one party, not to one person. And we go continue to follow up. And we hope and pray that it will end well at the end of it. That is, we implement what it did. On the issue of monitoring, you see, monitoring is part of development. It's part of any process. One of the issue we make, Bokutin don't go wrong in Sierra Leone. Now, because proper monitoring, now day. But again, in some cases, as somebody who don't be in this field for long, sometimes some people they go monitor, they get the results, they come with them. But that result, it's subject to the boss or somebody high up there for implement the recommendation where they don't come with them. So if it is blocked at that moment, you can see say, the next time the person don't go either do one or it not go do one properly. I can give you a few examples. We for the last month or so, with the monitor projects then from 2018 to now, till when are the home of His Excellency the President. By the time we put that result, I am sure some people go resign from their offices. Because projects then are team. I'm talking about team. We are specific about team because this is the home of our father. Project and the way they begin 2018. As we all sit down so, it not go no side. Some have even been abandoned of different types. Some man they begin school, some man they begin feed war, some man they begin expansion, some man they begin see as they begin at the left hand. We are on it. We think that they right at that point. On the issue of cybersecurity, this is very important, though it's a new thing for Sierra Leone. And I want to commend Madam for the brief something we don't say. But I think because the world, they change every day, technology, they change. We say safe and we picking them and we woman them. We get for change, like how technology, they change. We get for learning. And we get for understanding. The government, the cybersecurity and other the laws then go there. Anytime where they make laws, somebody they where they make other things. Now that make all the computers, the one that where they make and they make other things where they call viruses. When you put antivirus one, the next year they bring another one with strong pass one day. We have to be moving. So let's pay attention to the advisory. But there are some simpler advices. 2 days ago at 3:00 a.m. where I wake, I look me WhatsApp. I see the number. He hack. Then he tell one of me coordinator in Academy. He said, "Make I send 2 million, 2,000 loans." I tell him thank you, and he was online. Now I say, okay, send the person in number to me. Now he send her. And the next 2 minutes, I write and to run back, say, I don't send the money. Now he tell me thank you. He said, Bob, make her send the receipt. We go show say I don't send the money. I reply back, say, oh, my brother, it's unfortunate. The money where I send, the account where he sent to me, that account not able to take that money there. So I'm sorry, send another other one. The next day where he sent to me, he said, are you crazy? And that was the end of the discussion. You understand? So some of these things we have to understand them, then we can catch them up. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a very interesting account on how you handle that situation there. But let me now come to you, Koto Alpha Khan, because you're a very, very experienced political head, and of course, as the presidential spokesperson, and you're not somebody where you've seen the life cycle of this constitutional amendment bill from right from the start, right to where we are. So in a way, this is a full circle moment for you. But for Fambulem, we don't know waiting them past yesterday, waiting day inside. Maybe you want for remind with Fambulem now also on the importance of this and some of them very, very important amendment. Then they will be day inside waiting them past yesterday in our parliament.
Chairman, thank you very much. Good afternoon, members of the High Table, the brother Mr. Charles Mambu. Good afternoon, members of the Fourth Estate. Unakushe, and congratulations to you, all of you, Sierra Leoneans. Yesterday, we witnessed Waiting with Man King call a watershed moment. A watershed moment is a transformation. We had another watershed moment in 1991, where late President Joseph Saidu Momo been changed the one-party constitution of 1978 to the multi-party in 1991. That one day now don't hold from that 10 day to now 35 years. Nobody not touch him. Because with him in Dede, at the time, it suit we. Because when they come from a one-party autocracy, I go call them, to a multi-party democracy. So plenty thing and day we go miss out, or we go decide for left out and day because of the transition. You know when they do transition, you know they broke. They claim small. Gradually, till you don't reach where you want to reach. If you say they broke, a lot of things go spoil. So there are parts of that constitution where, although it don't serve for 35 years, but they also talk, say, certain things that they inside it, where if we not change them, the prospect for Sierra Leone forget lasting peace and a secure environment for the woman them, for the young people, and even for we the old part them, for make we able to sustain ourselves in development way, it go difficult. So when we had the Lome Peace Accord, inside the Lome Peace Accord, they point out certain things then the way they say we for try for change within the Constitution. And that's a long time now. It's over 30 years. And then they also set up the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, where people away have been victims and people away actually watch the atrocities and all that way happened during the war. They give testimonies. When you listen to these testimonies, where they broadcast live, some of you shed tears. Nobody wants to go back to that. So the TRC suggested, say, certain clauses there. The most important one, now the form of elections will be the whole. They say we for transition into waiting and called proportional representation. I will tell you now waiting a proportional representation later. But let's finish this narrative. From there, Elijah Ahmad Tijan Kaba set up the Constitutional Review Commission under Mr. Peter Tucker, the late Mr. Peter Tucker. He came with a report. When we succeed under President Ernest Bai Koroma for run government, we inherit the report from Peter Tucker. And we also bear in mind that we get behind the TRC, we don't recommend so we for change certain things. So we say, let me set up another commission. We're going to be broader this time. We're going to include a lot more people in terms of consultation. So Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma at the time set up what we call the late Justice Edmund Cowan Commission of Constitutional Review Commission. I had them in the meeting. Over 3 years, they interview over nearly 100,000 people, consultation, and get over 130 position papers. They get a lot of advice. They do over 20,000 radio broadcasts and things like that, and they've traveled all over the country. We have never had anything that extensive in consultation. Over 3 years, a lot of money spent too, millions of dollars. Myself, I've been member of that committee at the time, because then I was Minister of Information. So, himself make a recommendation in his report. That report, they then give it in a cabinet. Inside it again, they spell out, say, the proportional representation. Now, the better form of elections, we're going to make sure, say, everybody will vote in vote count. And then in it also, they say, because of the violence which can happen during runoff elections and by-elections, it better for them reduce the threshold, that is the level where they reach votes the way they get for them to be president. That'll be 55%. There's a lot of branch on to 50% plus one. These two main recommendations we accepted. As a government at the time, we produced a white paper. It is inside the white paper. We not only stopped there. On the 31st of July 2017, we took a draft bill when the then Attorney General, Minister of Justice, when Honorable Joseph Fitzgerald Kamara, been drafted. And what does that say? It says, for let person become president na Sierra Leone, he get forget 50% plus one vote. So immediately, we don't change that. That was then, 2017. So when President Bill came within government, they inherit this. Now I say, well, listen. They say we need for put a closure on this long-standing review. Lord Fenway will go for try for Donald. So he adopted the white paper where we left. Extract those clauses, attach them to one or two again where the tripartite recommend, like they search and nominate for the electoral commissioner, and also the to SIM card business, to SIM.
Yes, to SIM.
Foreign
Dual
people, the way they dual citizenship, say, okay, let them absorb them. And they can the Sierra Leoneans, no, deprive them for let them able enjoy the benefits of Usaid and Day. And do not forget, say, during the war years now, this country will be there under what they call embargo, they call them sanctions. International sanctions. Not enough they can rest, this, that. They stop fuel during the FRC. The country be able to continue because of the people who did at the diaspora. And then they send money for where they are.
Okay, Doc, I come back to you. I just want for open up for questions because I know my colleagues get a lot of questions as well. So we will manage time as well.
But if I make land, I don't land it.
I know, okay.
You don't
We'll land now, sir.
not bring me Let me land here, so I go ask. Okay, so we did that. So the main issues there, now the PR, now the, what do you call the other one?
The 50+1.
The 50+1 and this
Dual citizenship.
dual citizenship. They all don't pass yesterday. The PR good for we because we maybe they put local. All the 10 seats, when they make their first past the post, now one party they take all. Because no matter how strong SLPP be in a put local, you must get every constitution, you must get one person. They must pass SLPP by one person. The same as Bo. But for let people they win a APC where they boo, may they still get representation. They say, well, let me take this proportional representation according to percentage. That is why today APC also gets councillors in Bo. They have in Kenema. They have in Bond because of this. So for let everybody we vote, you get somebody for turn two. I make them say PR. And PR at the end of the day, now they bring peace, security, and of course, development for us.
All
So
right.
thank you very much.
Thank. I'll open up for questions. When I get a number of questions we want for asks, you just see room, and then we will come as, of course, we come back to panelists them. All right. Let me see the hands up quickly. Then we'll. All right. I will start with Mr. Sila, and then I come to Mr. Kamara. I come to Mr. Gile. And I see woman hand up, and very important for me to see woman hand up. Now I get the fourth. Now I get fifth. Of course, the next one I go appoint. At the reserve down for the next woman will go raise her hand up. So let's start with Mr. Sila.
My name na Mahmoud Sila. Sila I watch online. My question goes to Cyber Coordination Center. This issue of hacking, it don't too much, as Mr. Mambu rightly said. Few days ago, I had a message from person. The chairman of Sarah Rutai, the community chairman, his phone was hacked, and the person sent message to me that make us send 2 million in the morning hours, he go refund the money. But knowing that that person, na a hacker or na a fraudster, what I tell him, I say send the bank detail to me. We send the bank detail, and I will send the money through Orange Money. So just send your address and other things we supposed for there. Now they talk done. So, as a coordinating center, what you wanna do for let protect the citizen of this country from this menace will happen in our society.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Mr. Kamara. All right. So I know some panelists are going to write the questions
Mohammed
down as
Kamara,
well.
The Watch and Humanity newspaper. Mr. Mambu, would you agree with me that the CSOs that is going to disappoint the nation? At it will give so long, Parliament will go into a tussle. But your mandate, you would have come out in the streets for inform general public say, there be players when they unlike say that Parliament, they themselves went to Parliament through the PR system. That what is Saloma want, whether a PR system or a constitutional level election, we want socio-economic sustainability and not what they do for. CSOs, they disappoint the nation. Madam, Cyber, you never had said they hack somebody to a developed country. And most of these mobile companies they come from developed country.
Yeah, go small, so we are.
Thank you.
All right.
You never had, say in England, in the USA or in France, they hack somebody in mobile money. But in developing country like Sweden, it doesn't happen. And most of these mobile companies, they come from developed countries where they get shareholders, them, we get millions of lives to pour in more money for that they get anti-cyber mechanism for stop this from happening. You don't talk, say the mobile company for refund back money when not hack. Instead, you talk about a narrative. Madam, is that a way to protect people who will invest? We don't know nothing. I put my money. Open say, oh, cash up. There's somebody spending take them up without no protection.
Okay, so basically, if I get your question right, you try for say responsibility of the mobile companies for that you money where you don't lose.
Yeah, sure.
Because they allow them hack you.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a summary of in question. So now let's go to Pagile now. Do you have big?
I think the third one too.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. You say before 2018, we not even get no monitoring and evaluation system as alone. We, the media, we are equal historians. We learn about time we'll get a commission of inquiry here. We learn about time we'll be to do the IMF, even left alone, because they say we're not getting no accountability process. Is that what you're referring to? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. My name is Alaji Gilem from Civil Society Movement. My first question go to you, madam. What is your relationship between your office and the mobile companies? I've been victim of circumstances. I went up to the mobile company. I was able to track that number down. So I'm asking you, what is your relationship between you and the mobile company? So doctor, for the past years now, we have been working with your office, but we have not yet seen you don't put any report out. But when I monitor and evaluate them, project them. As I tell you right now, me self, I don't go now SLRA. I don't go complain about the treats them. We're bad off. You take secular wood now, you take fits now. People then they put them, then they waiting. How will they do about that?
Okay.
Dr. Khan, I want to say thanks to His Excellency the President for his address where he did a parliament on Friday. And the comments, the way he puts it. We see yesterday when they passed the amendment bill. We see say there was no fight, there was no malice, no cause, nothing. One for congratulate the president for him wisdom when we used on Friday when he talked, because it's not so idea business. So we are take that message they go to the president. And where the Supreme Court go down all thing, one for see the president.
Okay.
Right? But they go officially let the people of Sierra Leone go see where they sign that document.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think there was we get to Hannah. Friends to this man, but let's start with the lady at the back. I think.
Good afternoon, Alima Tukabu reporting for Vantage Newspaper and the mind behind Lima's Lens. My question is over to you, madam. In your statement, you made mention, say, stop, think, and verify before you respond to such suspicious message, if I may correct to say. But you go surprise back for no say, then people learn where they stop, think, and verify, then still they hack them up till now. And these hackers, them, they go through them WhatsApp. So I don't know if you know about any verification setting on WhatsApp any day for stop the hackers and day for Lena not get access to what you WhatsApp. You go to take me through the verification setting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's just take this last one here for now. This man, yeah. Yes, and then they can now to me guess them as well for taking their responses. If we get time, maybe we'll do one last round, please.
Yeah, I'm Busco Charlie from Pan African Student Voice Radio. Straight to Golokata.
No, Mr. Mambu, sorry.
Mr. Mambu, please. I beg your pardon. As civil society, we don't actually see the PR system don't go to that point now, so I don't pass on the parliament, as everybody know now. But una as civil society, I will actually continue for monitor this PR system when we go for test them inside election process, so that this PR system will actually yield that result we all expect in the electoral process in Sierra Leone. I want to come back to the cyber security woman, please. What are the measures I don't put so far for the mobile company, for instance, Orange, that many a time you mentioned civil super advertising, they do people now that company related to, and many other cases them. So wetin are the measure wey I don put for see say if this happen again, then mention Orange or any other mobile company, which action wey una don put in place for take against them?
Thank you very much. Okay, that's all the questions we'll take for now. So I will start with you, Doc, and then I can to Mariam because it gets a lot more of the questions. I think you get a few questions, Doc.
Thanks for the questionnaires. The pressman, what's the name again? Mohammed Kaba. Very interesting question. He said before whether Emani been there or not. Monitoring me, don't they? Even before me self, they begin this work. We tell me they try for emphasize monitoring and evaluation institutions and they staff and they, but it was not organized under an institution. Now only 2018, this process started. In fact, 2024, they really established an annual parliament to an ANAMIA now. So the institution, they will go able to organize every other person, every other institution for able to carry out this job. So the answer to yours is yes, monitoring may they go on, but there was no institution. Number two, while monitoring and evaluation may they go on, remember when I initially talk of capacity building, the understanding of monitoring itself, now the country, now not too correct. Somebody go rush, go doing supervision, like where the second person they talk about bridge day. Yes. When you go look at that bridge, or you go look at that school, or you go look at that health center, you feel saying a monitoring you don't do. We they go beyond that. No. For example, it's not just a bridge. How much go inside that bridge day? When you been started that bridge and when if I don't donor, would that them if na road project, for example, would that them host them when I broke when I don't pay them, not to just swear that they don't pay the host. So monitoring is a different thing. It gets so many aspects of the technical aspect today, the money side today. So this institution, they try for build that capacity and make people that know say, when they go monitor, you know, they just dash now the field. You get A, B, C, D, E, and Z for look at before you go now the field. So anytime this thing come up, ask NAMIA, they can help with that. We get full staff of every other manpower you could think of, or every other training you could think about. We get engineers, we get health people, we get education, you name them. The second person, that's my friend. We don't start this thing for a long time. Emani, the answer to your question, Emani reports, then maybe I left this Yusuf. This now, annual report. Now, we websites then get some of those reports. But when we start and looking at Unaonaya as friends, I'm talking of journalists. In the country, news they become so sensational that they go 1 2 weeks. Zoop, then don't forget about time. Other one come and don't forget about time. I will tell you, until Mr. Khan, they always tell we from one news to the other to the other. So what we focus on as M&E, now the solution, now the result. For example, I can consider here tell when I say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, projects not they do well. It means something because of news, but it don't mean much because the beneficiary will forget that project, he not get any answer. I'll give you examples. We most times we not, as I say, we not they talk about now the results we they focus on. We don't go places where they say build this school. Some powerful person move that school to Union area. When we go to that area, we find that out, then they already begin build that school. You know, go uproot and right. But fortunately for that area, we not been get to that school, then get furniture into the school. Now the chief self report. They carry the furniture for the school now that area B or village B, then forget say the school, then don't begin build another village. So the chief self say, until we don't lost the school, they take the furniture now. And we able to negotiate that. In a district in the north, when I've been hearing about youth in fisheries, that's one of the projects we monitor. That one, they build boat, they put the machine, they put the fridge or thing. But then they can go other side. After about 4, 5, 6 months, then the fishing, we go check. Now, just one example. We go check, we see, say, that group where they for don't get that stuff to them, pull and they carry and go to other village. With our intervention, we bring them back. That chief, if you want, I will give you name. Say today, his answer was, or in response was, you never see this type of thing happen. So what am I saying? We are doing stuff, not to a matter of going out on the radio or the papers and talking about it, where in the end, the beneficiary, they lost anyway. What thing we they do is, if you don't misappropriate, not to for take you go court or take you go any side. We they encourage you, take it back to the people them way be forget them. Now important to this NAMIA we'll get right now is the solution and the result to the people, not the news that goes around. You understand that? Third side, if you want the reports, there are a lot of them. Go on our website or do the review now, I think. But go on the website, you go see some of the reports. I just don't give you this. This is a privilege one you're having because it's not out yet to other people, right? But we'll go make them available to all of you. You go see some projects and we did it.
Then they ask for the website, sir. What's the website address, maybe?
NAMIA. You see?
www.namia.gov.sl.
Yeah,
all right. NAMIA na NAMEA, just to be clear, right?
Right. But there's no need for worry about that. If you Google NAMIA and self, they tell you go there.
Okay, good.
So that's the situation. I think that's what we have.
Yeah, I think those
Yeah,
are
focus on it.
yeah. All right. So I come to Mariam, the cybersecurity coordinator. Yes, you had a lot of questions. It tells you how much interest people then really get on this subject matter. Go on.
Oh, thank you very much. And I tell you all thank you for the questions. I think I will start with waiting the institution they do. But before I talk about the institution, waiting the institution they do, I can take on back to the statement what I make. I say when the hackers they try for access your system, then they try for play with your psyche. Technology can help to some certain extent, but technology won't stop you, say, not click this link, for example. Most of some people, they already get two-factor authentication. When they want to take your WhatsApp account, what they do? The criminal, they call you. They call you, tell you, you don't receive one text message, then send an authentication, send the code for me. And those are things you should never share with anybody. So if you don't know, based on lack of awareness, there is a tendency that it might be shared. And once you share that code there, the person don't get access to your WhatsApp. They don't take over your account. Now, except now, you reach out to WhatsApp, say they don't take over my account. Then WhatsApp now can say, okay, until you be registered with a telephone number, we go verify and send the code back to you after 24 hours. So then they happen. So the human element is very key. And how we can able to combat this human element now awareness. So the institution don't embark in a whole lot of awareness. We don't go on radio for tell people there, waiting not for do. What are the signs that, okay, somebody will hack me or somebody want to take over my WhatsApp account? Most of the time it's called. Then go tell you, say, okay, if they know say you're there in a group, based on the fact, say, they don't hack one particular group, then they tell you, say, the group get meeting. So you click this link. And once you click them, obviously they take over. So
in essence, then they rely on we participation.
We self. This it's not even about technology. They rely on we own emotions, we own psych for play with we. So now that make the awareness very key. And one thing again, what the institution they do, apart from the fact that they go over radio, In this August, we dey start a safer internet campaign. Currently, if you go online, we dey see we don ask for recruitment for about 30 volunteers so that we can able work with them. Based on resources, we dey look for some how we can able go na the marketplaces them, mosque, church. You know, say for example, Juma get loud crowd, we can able sensitize them. Sunday church get loud crowd. The market we go now with megaphone and begin to tell people them, do this, not do this. If you see this na attack, not trust anything where you see. These are the things. And then apart from that, they will don't develop some jingles them as well. Where we say we they go now all the various districts them. We get few radio stations them, at least 2 radio stations per district. So we go able to do a wider coverage and then play all them things and these are the things we are doing. And apart from that, I think a need for clarify we role as an institution. Now that make them call we National Cybersecurity Coordinating Center. Because one thing we will realize is that cybercrime, it transcends right across all the sectors. It transcends right across the security sector, the telecommunication sector, the finance sector. It transcends right across them. So what we they do, we they work with all the various sectors, bring them come together, and then we see how we they able to resolve the problem. Quite recently, it was about a week ago, where we get the Ministry of Communication, where they in charge when under the institution for. We get a meeting with the WANOS communication sector and begin to ask all the various telcos, what are we doing in terms of how we were able to combat the issue. One thing will clearly come out because now we they find out say most of their numbers then they ask the orange money numbers, they're not properly registered. That's the regulatory aspect. So because of that, NATCA, for instance, now they can begin go, they don't start to raid. And anybody where they see they sell them pre-activated SIM cards them, or where they sell SIM card without proper registration, the fine is 25,000. So then catch you on the spot, you pay 25,000 or then you go to jail. So these are all the measures we are taking. We also they work with the police in terms of, because most of the time, the first line of reporting is the police. You go to the police, you report. There is a clear communication part between we. If they need some technical support, call we say, okay, we need una for probe into the technicalities of some certain things there. Then there is a direct communication line again within the telcos saying, okay, we have this number. We need for no waiting at the subscriber data BN. And when they don't able to get the subscriber data, then able now go find the person and then able bring the person to book. So we are working with all of those various sectors. And then another thing, well, the responsibility of the telecommunications. During that meeting, we discuss various things, and it go surprise you for notes that most of them are putting things in place. It's just based on the facts because of, let's say, people are getting numbers, just get the number out there on the streets, and then just try as best as possible for utilizer for commit fraud. And most of the time they don't use a 1 or 2 term then throw away. So now that make NATCA very key. I mean they don't put the law in terms of the NIN mandatory. First and foremost, where they register your NIN supposed for attach, and also all SIM cards supposed for be properly registered. The relationship between the NC3, we institution and the mobile companies, I think I don't clarify that. We work with virtually everybody because we all cut right across all the various sectors, the financial sectors. The mobile scam is just one. We're also receiving complaints from even organizations as well. So they work. So just for tell you say it's cross cutting. So we work with the reports. We work with the police. Police, we get the necessary evidence. Police do the necessary prosecution, and then on going forward. I think the last question was in terms of the verification. Okay, this verification is 2 sets. What say verify? In this one, stop, think, verify. Verify, not just the basic sense, for instance. Okay, somebody they call me, my mama say for send money. Call you mama. Now that I mean, that the verification that. But apart from that, WhatsApp self getting you verification, the OTP, the 2-factor verification. If you go now WhatsApp, make I take you directly through the steps so that we'll get them. You open your WhatsApp, you tap settings, you they see 3 dots if now Android, or you go see some gear icon if now you Apple. You tap account, Then you select two-step verification. And within this two-step verification, they tell you, well, the criminals are still the bypass, and I make that they call you for that code there as well. So that they call you for tell you say send the code. But however, we try as much as possible for make them very difficult for the criminal.
Yeah.
So you put that they go ask you for make you enable them. So you turn enable, you click enable, then you can enter your 6-digit PIN. So any PIN, please may not be your telephone number, may not be your date of birth, neither you picking or your mama. Choose some number where be say unique to you. If somebody want hack you, you not gonna know say another particular number they now they use. Because if somebody want if they try for know you, the first thing where they check, okay, then are the picky where you like, waiting at date of birth. Those are the numbers that they try, and then they try first. So put the 6-digit PIN and then add an email address. I know say for people that not can get email, but email self it can very good because if they send on your phone, they will send them back na your email address. Say somebody wants try for access your account to now you or not to you. If not to you, you can say no to me and then go immediately stop the person. And most of the time, if na personal, Yahoo, Gmail, these are all free. You can just go, you register, and just for ensure say you get some level of protection.
All right, thank you very much. And I come to Mr. Mambu. Unfortunately, I will only give you 3 minutes because I want to let Kotole include for we, so I give him 5 minutes. So
Thank you very much.
all right,
As if my colleague says CSO, then they disappoint the nation on the PR system. And no, not to so it be. We all get with roles and responsibility, and the law not for one person. We all dey under the law. With nobody not dey above the law. So what will they do? That will be done. They do. So they tell you say we really not disappoint the nation. We have CSOs that are highly qualified, experienced in constitutional matters. We have CSOs that are lawyers, where then they follow up and their issues, and they did very, very well. Some of them even they can, and some of we office and consult we from grassroots to national level. And I think say the stage which I would reach is very good. Also, they talk about the system of the PR system, proportional representation, not a new thing. We don't in this country. However, the way we see in 2023, I think say we don't scale and up. And one of we own recommendation as a civil society coalition is for ensure say we have maximum representation of every categories of people, political parties, women's group, the youth group, the disadvantaged people, disabled. But let us also be aware that the more we enlarge the parliament because of PR system, the more costly it will be a burden on the government of Sierra Leone. Yes, we need inclusivity. Each and everybody could come on board, but there is no free lunch. Everybody, if we say 1,000 political parties, because of PR, let them all in a parliament. Yes, first of all, we need to extend the parliament itself because space not good there. So we as campaigners will also therefore be very careful of 50 because at the end, government also not blame we. Say now when I say this, if thing tranga, now when I say let we do A, B, and C. Some other person talk about the road system, pothole and this. I think government they try. They really, really try for let it get we a better road. But I want to tell you now, as an expert in that area and infrastructure development, the roads then in Sierra Leone, they don't well for years. I can say up to 70% of the roads then what they use, apart from the new one where they don't build, we need for overhaul them, especially those in big cities like in Freetown. Just go Clinton to Wellington, drive on them. You could realize what you are the top. And road work infrastructure is also very expensive. A lot of them potholes and what they see now as a result of the fact that now two agencies now they fund maintenance of road. The Ministry of Finance and the Road Maintenance Fund Administration, what they call RMFA. For some time now, government will tell you say that we don't cut down by at least 60% the funding where they go to road maintenance fund. So you see the constraint and government not go able to do all of them. The Sierra Leone Road Authority, then they do the best. Few days ago, Ade Makeni, with one of the best indigenous construction company, Pavifort. That thing where President be talking about Makeni, then they can do the survey now from Maishaka to Makeni to Kabbalah for turn to PPP system, a touring system, and make it to 4 lane. And it's also the case from Maishaka to Kenema, Bo Kenema. But why all that one did they happen? Some of we don't talk to successive government, especially government of Presidents Ernest Bai Koroma and President Bio. When we change turn the road into 4 lane, Sierra Leone will still be divided and we will still strain. Why? Because the Mano Junction to Tongo to Kono, where they connect the eastern region to the north, economic. The Bo Matutuka, Gile Matutuka, where they connect Bo southern region to northern region for rich Makeni quick, economic. The Mine 91 to Robots, where they reach to Mobroka, where that corridor where they tell you now they connect the 2 halves of Sierra Leone. The northeast and the north-northeast, north-north-southeast. Then 2 halves, then they, until that corridor, then where I don't tell you now, government maker into a tar who go strain. You understand? But thank God, those plans, then some of them, then they rehabilitate and then they turn on. But Mr. Sef, as a witness, a lot of the street in Freetown get pothole. But not a responsibility of SLRO, because sometimes we can blame them. I have the engineers, now the money, now you know they. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Koto. We give you the honor for wrap up for we.
The finale.
Of course, the finale.
Thank you very much. But you forget the Kabata Junction to Vatican Road. And the India already. That's why I thought. Thank you very much. Alaji Gillen, thank you very much. And say Manla Shukrula. Anybody really you were able to tell God thank you. What President Bio did for us is fantastic. You see the lacunae, they call them, the gaps in our constitution. We left road for Lelekade, they say, if you left crack in your wall, lizard will enter. So then crack the day, and I did the lizard and they enter for can put division between we. First past the post is one lizard. Maybe they cause problem for we. Now we don't seal them, crack the day. And the people of Sierra Leone, you should be happy. For me, I say President Bill not make a constitution for us. He make what they call the Magna Carta of Sierra Leone. The Magna Carta, the only constitution we Britain don't ever write. They not get Britain, I know that say England not get Britain constitution in the modern times. That in 1215, during the reign of King John, when he baroned them, the dukes them, now the provinces feel say, we be too hard on them than them paramount chieftain. They rise against them. But in the end, when they sit down, then they say, well, let us have an agreement. Let me put with you for do for we say for do for you, and respect for the citizens. That's the Magna Carta, the first constitution after Cyrus the Great. So, this name, this pardon put for we. Then woman, then we want go parliament, believe me, or even government. It's not possible for them, you tinap election, man scared you again, opposition. It's not possible because you don't get enemy. The first past the post, you get enemy. Me and this man tinap na constituency Brookfields. I know say na him. The first thing I want to do now for go burn house. Scared they picking the letter run away. But this time, who died the fed? But you go fed the whole district. And one man can fight a dozen. Not so? So that don't allow we for make we control that violence side. Then the by-election, they will not do again. We don't lost 4 MPs and 3 councillors. They don't change them, but you know, nothing. In 2018, straight after President Bill don't come to power, By-election within Atonko. That by-election, they for councillor, they kill one school boy there. Nakono, they kill one woman there. For by-election for councillor. The dangers, and most times that the picking and the woman and the suffer. So President Bill, being what he is, with the Giwi Act and all that, now they don't guarantee them space, plus the safe space for let them contest elections. Now we brother them and sisters where they overseas, where they send money for we in Tranga. They said, now get right for Canada, this country, and join in the governance of the country. That is very good for us. And then this one-term election or one-term crutch now. When we go by election, a one-term crutch. The first person they get 50% plus one vote. You don't be president. Like a missioner, Fatina, notice who? I go get the 50% na Potloko, Cambia. Left one vote, no so. I can't afford it. No, I can't afford it. I go meet Mr. Gillen. I say, give me that one vote. You give me another, be president. You know better for we. Then the one that now we no get, we no win, but they said they get something. According to their percentage, not to so. The World Cup we just done. When I see them here, now would I win? Not to Spain. Spain take the championship, then get $50 million. No so. Would I can second Argentina? Not so. Then give them $35 million. Second man away lost. If now we now first past the post, winner takes all. You take all till you go. Not so. And then England gets third place, 29 million. France get fourth place, 25 million. Who that go fetching company? Even the one that we go contest no more Senegal, them listen, all man get at least $2.5 million for just participating. This is what the PR does for you, or the shape which we get. Na cooperative. First past the post, na sole trader. Na one green game business in cookery waste, na one green game money. First past the post, na gamble. That gamble ground where you scatter, so you drop the puppy, 7-Eleven, you take all things, and you go. But the one they were lost, and they left you, and they take them follow now. Oh, be small now, talk on. That's one this now. Make us see how first past the post part. We get one of the man where they call Kumbelo. Then they, na him na be the boss for the gamble. But one day one man can win them people, Bremer people. That Bremer people, the night can chap Kumbelo. He chap all the money. All my laws. We bring my people together, all team. I say they go. And Kumbele just take the bottle. We can so I chair him. In God come out. They hold him. Run go and mark it. I don't want to go time. I'm telling you, go hospital. That is what first past the post is. Now make enter where they announce election. As they announce election affects, not so. But with the PR, nobody know they affect you. Because all man they get, not so. Now all my not to cooperative, Pantim then call them we work together. Not so them farm them. They call people for car help you. No so if you want to work, you know they pull them. So let me join. Now put local now. I not get one MP, now 10 I get. First and one I get now local sama. First past the post. But now sister the district, now 10 MPs I get. Anything hold me, I can turn to any one of them. In fact, this afternoon, Seth. Sanko Eli reach na my office. I don't tell her my problem. He don't go. Welcome. I they call Abdul Kabo. I they tell her my problem back because I have 10 of them. Anyway, we don't help me. I go to the next one. So we all agree for President Bill. They would say he don't do well for we. He has given us a Magna Carta for Sierra Leone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for laying it so brilliantly and eloquently as always. Alhaji Alpha Khan, winner the presidential spokesman. Thanks to Mr. Charles Mambu as well. We, of course, lead a consortium on of civil society organizations, and we really focus on infrastructure and a number of other things as well. We too get a cyber security coordinator as well. We're on the Utui, Maria Mayoma, and Dr. James Edwin as well. We're the Director General for the National Monitoring and Evaluation Agency. Mina Mohammed Jawad, Strategic Communications Advisor, the Minister of Information and Civic Education, and Nami don't bring the press conference to you. Many thanks to we partners them, the media, and the blogging space as well. They cover we live